Deuce, it's time to talk about an absolute Bravo legend. He's been serving for a while, but this season, he's at the absolute peak of his powers. And that's DJ James Kennedy, a staple of the Vanderpump Rules universe.
DJ James?
DJ James, you know about this, brother.
You know I'm familiar with his work.
But are you really familiar with his work?
Enlighten me.
Let's start off with the basics. This brother used the shit out of Kristen Doty to get on the show. He was 23 years old and starts dating a 33-year-old Kristen Doty who was coming off of a messy breakup with Tom Sandoval after sleeping with Jax Taylor, his best friend, while they're in the same room watching Drive. Do you recall this scenario?
Yeah. She was with Tom. She fucked around with Jax. That all broke up, and then she leveled up with DJ James.
That's an understatement to say the least.
Okay.
A 23-year-old DJ James Kennedy? That's like drafting
In
Jordan.
his prime.
Yeah, that's like discovering Michael Jordan, more or less. I would say so.
That's right.
So it actually comes to light that these two, Kristen and Tom Sandoval, were cheating on each other the entire relationship. At the season 2 reunion, it's revealed that Kristen was already fucking James behind Tom Sandoval's back this entire time. On their bed, with my condoms.
What?
That's what Tom Sandoval said. Said James
they
Kennedy.
used his rubbers?
Like, is that really? So, may as well use safe sex.
I mean, you said Tom was broke. Those are expensive.
They were broke at the time. Their apartment was legendary. You couldn't
saying.
even turn on the microwave and the AC at the same time without the power shutting off. I'm serious.
Damn, they live in the hood.
Bro, I'm not even lying.
Bro.
And I'm not even going to lie to you. It's George Michael's guy.
Yo, I can't even hold you.
And the reason why James Kennedy is so prolific, some would say he's actually the godson of the one, the only. Giorgio Armani Michael.
Careless Whisper?
And they wonder why this brother's so talented, with such charisma and stage presence.
Yeah, I mean, he's got box office energy in his blood.
Absolutely. No doubt about it. So actually in seasons 1 and 2, James Kennedy was seen in the background of the Sir photo shoots as a little pipsqueak, breath still smelling a Similac, as they say. And little did we know the mayhem he was about to cause on the entire Vanderpump Rules universe. He entered the season alongside Lala. This is like Magic Johnson and Larry Bird entering the NBA at the same time.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Both absolute blockbuster rookies just came onto the scene so hot.
Yeah, it took Vanderpump Rules to like another level.
Yes, because before then we had the Jaxes of the world, the Sandovals of the world. They're old. Yeah. They're kind of, I mean, they act way younger than they are because they're fucking dummies. They're Peter Pan syndrome. But James Kennedy was actually the youth movement, and so was Lala. And it seemed like they were destined to be. Some would call them eternal twin flames. It's true.
So they were together.
They were not together.
Not together, just like...
They messed around a few times.
Okay.
Remember how James Kennedy started dating Raquel?
Right.
Who's a Fugazi beauty pageant winner who's definitely never won one.
Right.
I would say her best finish is probably 7th place. It was revealed this season that at the beginning of James and Raquel's relationship, James and Lala actually hooked up while Lala was beginning her relationship with Rand.
With Rand.
Randall Emmett is the real-life version of Turtle from Entourage. It's the inspiration for the character because Mark Wahlberg was rolling with some skeezy characters.
So Rand is a friend of my man Mark Wahlberg.
Marky Mark, he's a super producer of the most trash movies in the world. All the ones with no names like Bruce Willis or John Travolta, like generic action movies. They're intentionally horrible. Like they cheap out on everything, but make a lot of money because of the star power.
Yeah, that's my favorite genre of movies.
I feel like this is even lower than you're thinking, though.
Okay.
This guy was accused of like essentially abusing Bruce Willis because Bruce Willis was in these movies when he could barely even speak. You know how he's on a down...
he's going through what he's going through.
So he kept working him to the bone until he was officially diagnosed with Alzheimer's.
But why does Rand have this sort of power over Bruce Willis?
He's a super producer.
Oh, I'm saying
super
John McClane
producer.
is a super actor.
Lala, when she stepped onto the scene, she pulled up with a Range Rover. All she was doing was being the hostess of Sir. So people were confused how she got this car. And she was lying for years and years and years. And it turns out my man Rand, scum of the earth, even though he's a little charming, was running what was essentially a casting couch operation. He's Harvey Weinstein light.
Oh, shit. So Rand is up to some nasty shit.
Rand is up to some nasty shit.
He's wicked.
But James and Lala were best friends, and I don't know if it was resentment or jealousy of Rand, that Rand became the root of James Kennedy and Lala's problems. So whenever Rand was brought up, James would be like, oh, you're only fucking a fat man, so he pays your rent. Big fat man, big Rolls Royce, roll it up. big fat man, Rolls Royce, roll it up. He loves calling people fat man.
Fat man. All right.
So he really can just be absolutely cutthroat. And he had a massive drinking problem.
I saw a clip of James Kennedy.
Yeah?
Yeah, on my TikTok. I was scrolling.
Okay.
And I saw a clip of James Kennedy in the middle of one of his sets. He put on The Boy's a Liar.
Sandoval's a liar.
Sandoval's a liar.
So, I mean, everyone is benefiting from the James Kennedy scandal.
He's a fucking showman, man. There's a reason why he is what he is.
So the genesis of James Kennedy is he was getting onto the show either way. He said he was either going to hook up with Kristen or be in a band with Tom Sandoval. It was literally the only reason he wanted to work with Tom. Sandoval's like, dude, like we were going to be in a band together. We were making music and you betrayed me with my condoms.
Wait, does DJ James have like actual musical talent?
Yeah, so another part of why James and Lala are so close is he essentially discovered Lala's musical talents, which are incredibly minimal. They've put out some of the worst songs ever. You know how I said Good as Gold was the top tier?
Yeah, Sheena.
They have a song called Feeling You, which is really... sounds like it was written by someone who was deaf.
Ice Spice?
And was not Beethoven.
Ice Spice? Thought I was feeling you?
This goes, ain't nobody got me feeling like I'm feeling you. It's horrible. But
so James and Lala have some chemistry, but it's ultimately not
They're definitely chemistry,
sexual.
but they're just on and off for so long because they're constantly fighting.
Okay.
In fact, they have a very famous moment.
And she's laid up under the fat man.
They have a very famous moment where they're screaming at each other. So he kept screaming, it's not about the pasta, like 500 times. And that's an infamous Vanderpump Rules meme. So James Kennedy steps onto the scene. At Sheena, where's Shishu? At Sheena's birthday party early on, she has a theme of getting trampled at her own events.
Right, of course.
Tom Sandoval is jealous that he's fucking Kristen and goes, dude, why don't you take another Beamer selfie? And to which James Kennedy replies, why don't you go take a Honda Civic selfie? And it's straight up hands from there, all out brawl. At DJ James Kennedy said, why are they hating on a brother at the top of his shine?
Wait.
That's an escalation.
So essentially, Tom Sandoval was trying to flame DJ James. DJ James called him broke, and then it was on site.
It was on site. You're messing with a descendant of royalty.
Of George Michael. That is like you inherit BDE from that brother.
So that escalated into an all-out brawl. James Kennedy, he starts as a barback at Sir, elevates to a busboy, server, and then he finally can bring his talents to Sir as a DJ, where he implements the most successful event in Sir history, See You Next Tuesday, every Tuesday night, spelled C-U-N-T.
He moved up the ladder as Sir, so now he's creating events and DJing the events? I mean...
It was a huge success.
I'm saying.
But he did a lot of things behaviorally that caused issues. Okay. For example, slightly unrelated, but it comes back to it, Jax and Brittany, one of these stable couples in the Vanderpump Rules universe, it was discovered that Jax hooks up with Faith, who you may know from The Challenge. Do you remember Faith from The Challenge?
Oh yeah,
the military girl.
Yeah.
So Jax cheats on Brittany with Faith. Faith was working at an old granny's home. They hook up in front of a 90-year-old grandmother. And she records it on audio. She records Jack saying how much he wants to leave Brittany. He can't stand Brittany.
But the old lady was recording it?
No. Oh. Faith was audio recording the whole time. She set him up.
Oh, she was wearing a wire?
I mean, yes. Yes. But I mean,
She's an informant. She's a snitch.
Jax is the easiest fucking prey in the world.
Well, was she doing that in order to like get information back to Britt to be like Jax ain't
Faith
shit?
was doing this just to get on the show. She was trying to pull a James Kennedy, but not everyone is so shrewd as the brother himself.
It was a calculated clout chase.
Okay, so Jax fucked Faith. Keep that in mind, right? Okay. So James is hosting an event at Sir. Gotta keep circling this to remind you. He's hosting an event at Sir. He wants to get the people going. It's a little quiet. He wants to bring up the energy a little bit. So he asks the crowd. He tells the crowd, he raps, I just pulled up in a brand new Wraith. Who remembers when Jax fucked Faith?
Don't tell me the crowd went wild.
The crowd is literally going, oh my God, I remember. That's what he says, they said. No one said anything. But can you imagine how unprofessional is it? Brittany was working as a server right next to him. On a microphone to the whole restaurant. Just pulled up in a brand new Wraith. Who remembers when Jax fucked Faith? What are your thoughts on those bars?
That's a fucking bar, actually. That's a bar. I respect that. I mean, look, at the end of the day, the truth hurts. And he's just reporting facts. Same could be said about us.
It's true. I mean, it's not. after Jax cheated on Brittany, she like rolled out the red carpet for him. It was absurd. So at least someone held him accountable. She literally held him 3 birthday parties after fucking Faith.
What's with the ladies not knowing their worth? They need to take a page out of Sheena's book ASAP.
Who, Shishu? AKA our goddess. Shout out Shishu for commenting. We love you too, sister.
Oh, yeah. One time for Shishu. We'll give you your flowers at the end of this. Don't worry.
So at that point, James Kennedy has to respond to Lisa Vanderpump, who is who started the whole show herself.
Right.
Lisa was actually friends with George Michael. George Michael's manager was James Kennedy's father. So they ran in the same thoughty circles back in the day. So he has to respond to Lisa, and he tries throwing the artistic credibility excuse. He goes, "It was a freestyle, Lisa. It was only a freestyle." Doesn't matter. He gets fired from Sir.
A freestyle, but it was like 3 bars.
It also obviously wasn't a freestyle. He clearly planned that out. Faith, Wraith, it's not the easiest bar. I mean, I know he's a genius, but not everyone can do that.
I mean, if anybody can, it's DJ James.
So James seems like he definitely has mommy or daddy issues. His parents seem like pieces of shit. His mom was on the show telling Lisa, like, you got to step up. You know, you're really a mother figure to him. Like, hello, you are the mother.
Yeah. He needs a motherly figure in his life.
And his dad was all about town, being George Michael's tour manager. I think he was a super drunk. James is trying to be sober, and his dad just like, how could you do that? You're a DJ. So he just is encouraging him to continue drinking.
Okay, so I feel like the root of my man DJ James' problems comes from the fact that he comes from a broken home. They weren't looking after him in the way that they should have.
Actually 100% true. And there were rumors about George Michael passing on a lot of money to his estate, including his godchildren, and I don't know, that might have been messed up. But he is providing for 2 brothers, a mother and father, all while working as a DJ at Sir. How could that be possible?
Man, maybe not a broken home, but that's a lot of pressure to put on one dude to carry the weight of the entire family. Now, DJ James got the broadest shoulders on the show, probably.
He's like 6 foot 120. He's actually leveled up lately.
Oh, okay, so he's getting his weight up.
Sorry, we need to circle it back to Rand. Since you're a cinema fan, Randall Emmett was the director and producer of Gotti, which is one of the only movies in history with a 0% score on Rotten Tomatoes.
Wait, no, he had to have only been the producer. I'm pretty sure E from Entourage is the real director of that show, of that movie.
See, all those links, though. Entourage,
I see the links.
John Travolta. Yeah, he was the producer. 0%. And then Lala, his girlfriend, says, well, you know, mob movies, they're not really popular. You know, the world's not really ready for mob movies yet. It's the oldest genre in the game.
What the hell is
The Godfather?
Stick to music, Lala.
Give them Lala. All right, so James Kennedy and Kristen, they're just cheating on each other nonstop. No one cares. This is what you signed up for, is it not?
Yeah, I mean, that's how you got on the show.
Literally, he's sleeping with servers at Sir. They're showing Kristen photos and Raquel photos. Like, oh, you know, Photoshop it's amazing these days.
I mean, it is, but not that good.
He breaks up with Kristen. He says, yeah, a manageable babe. It's like, if you ever get married, you're going to get divorced in 5 years. You're going to be depressed and lonely. And he spits on her door as he's walking away as a goodbye present.
Damn, he was hurt.
Because she was definitely fucking around on him. Mm-hmm. And this whole time he was dating Kristen, she was obsessed with tracking down one of Sandoval's ex-flings. Do you remember Miami Girl?
Yeah.
So she was literally the whole time she was with James, she was on an investigative spy mission to track down Miami Girl, and that gave him insecurity too.
Damn. I mean, it's funny because it'd be the dudes who do the most dirt that'd be the most brokenhearted when their girl cheats on them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he cheated on Kristen. He denied it. Shorty is really like a top-tier investigator. She went on his email, found an Uber receipt with the exact map of where he was.
She got the receipts.
And I guess that's pretty simple investigation, but still.
I mean, you gotta be nice at it in order to do it and not be detected.
You do at Sheena. So James Kennedy, they break up.
Oh.
No! Whatever.
Break up. There you go.
They break up. At Shishu's wedding, first wedding to Shay, they literally come to blows. He's being so annoying, she has no choice but to rock him in the face, MMA style.
Which one?
Kristen
punched James?
Punched James because James is all up in her space at the wedding, bothering her, trying to get back with her, trying to steal her from her date. Another loss to James Kennedy.
Now, is Kristen formidable or DJ James ate that shit?
No, Kristen's formidable, and James is a 8.5 by 11 piece of paper.
Oh my God.
At this point in time.
Damn, not even card stock.
Okay, so James Kennedy, you know, he's kind of threatening Jax Taylor's throne. Jax Taylor has long considered himself the number one guy in the group.
Well, Jax is a specimen. If James Kennedy is as small as you say that he is, I don't see those fights going his way.
It never came to blows, but Jax would have crushed him in half and eaten him for breakfast along with Brittany.
But
Put it with some beer cheese.
Sandoval and James got into it.
Sandoval, James did get into it with that Honda Civic selfie.
Got it.
And Tom Schwartz hopped in like the little bitch boy he is, always following his lead.
Are those the two Toms that have the motorcycle with the sidecar?
Precisely.
Okay.
So James and Jack's like, anyone could be a DJ, man. All you're doing is pressing buttons. And James is making fun of him for being a 40-year-old bartender. He says, they need to take an order. Pumptini. Cosmopolitan. And those are some of people's he's really like cutthroat, one-liner god. No one is fucking with him in this department at all.
I like that.
At the reunion, he's like telling Brittany he's from Kentucky. He's like, why do you go back to your family of hillbillies?
Where's she from?
Kentucky. I mean, he's not. No, but it's not. He's not lying. That shit is dark. That shit is real dark.
I need a girl from Kentucky.
So him and James and Jax, they often fight directly in front of Lisa. He goes, don't cross me in front of Lisa. He goes, be a good boy, old man. Be a good boy, old man. Is he not a finesse god? He's a roasting specialist.
Yeah. Nah, he's a roasting specialist. He's always talking his shit, and he ain't afraid of smoke. I got mad love for DJ James. I mean, I'm sure he does his dirt, and he gets under people's skin, but that's reality TV.
So James Kennedy and Lala together, they're just living to be antagonists. They pull up to a party of all the OGs, and James says to Katie, who's maybe gained a little bit of weight over the years, he goes, oh my God, you're pregnant. Congratulations. And he's wearing a sleeveless hoodie like Mello.
A sleeveless Mello hoodie? Hoodie James.
Thoughts on that brutality?
I mean, she's not pregnant.
No, she was out of shape.
She was just out of shape.
Yes. What's with his like constant disrespect to women? Because he also...
It comes from his mother. Mommy's out here trying to campaign for other women to be a motherly figure in his life. Clearly, she didn't teach him what he needed to know in order to not disrespect women, especially women like Katie.
He also doesn't have a sister, only two brothers. That's telling.
Well, there you go. When you don't have a sister, it takes a good motherly figure to teach you how to treat women.
James Kennedy definitely loves Lala, but he settles for Bambi-eyed bitch, Raquel's punk ass, who rides a boogie board for beauty pageants.
That's the talent?
It's really a circle of life because she definitely dated him to get on the show. She sought him out at a See You Next Tuesday and put in work. She literally can barely speak English. Her IQ is -20.
Wait, so all of these people are hustlers.
People know they're conniving. I think they're a lot more conniving than they're even given credit for. Like her whole personality is a dumb Valley Girl act, but I believe there's more than meets the eye. Not much.
They could very well be geniuses.
She could be a genius. She knows how to get a storyline.
Okay.
There was also a rumor. James is all people love talking down on James Kennedy. There was a rumor he hooked up with his best friend who's a guy, Logan.
Oh.
Which he vehemently denies. When Logan is confronted about it, he said he never said it. But he definitely said it. Because you know why? Shishu knows best. Because Shishu doesn't lie.
Shishu never lied in her life.
I actually don't even know if that was her or not.
Well, whatever. Either
That's
way,
a rumor.
She's never told a lie. Shishu is an honest woman.
And people find James a little zesty sometimes. It's not far-fetched. It could be true. It is
I've
Hollywood.
seen clips of him. I could see some zest.
And it is in West Hollywood as well. So Logan rumors emerge. He is shaken and shook.
Who's shaking? James or Logan?
James was shook.
Oh, okay. Because he got caught, or
I don't think so. I don't think he likes the rumors. Maybe he did get caught. It's definitely, I would say it's a 50-50 shot they did hook up.
I mean, considering the messiness of this show, there's got to be some like homosexual, bisexual canoodling going on between these people. I mean, if Sandoval and Schwartz are riding a sidecar together, they probably are doing some wild shit on the weekends too.
I'm sure Sandoval is. Dude. Sandoval's a hoe. Apparently at the reunion, James Kennedy and Lala ripped Sandoval a fucking new one. And at the reunion, James Kennedy and Tom Schwartz get into a fight. Oh, big detail I forgot to mention.
Please.
James Kennedy plans to propose to Raquel. Tom Sandoval is in that nasty affair with Raquel currently. This is only about a year ago. Tom Sandoval organizes the proposal for James Kennedy and gives $15,000 of his own money for this proposal to help James propose at Coachella.
To Raquel,
Yes.
the girl that Tom is currently messing with.
Do you think there's something there or total coincidence?
I think that Tom is conniving as fuck because of the fact that if we take it all the way back, rewind the tape, James moved in on Kristen, who was with Tom,
Yes.
right? And now James is with Raquel, and Tom's moving in on Raquel, and like supporting their like relationship going further so he can get even more deep in the mess. See, I told you, they're all geniuses. Sandoval knows what he's doing. Sandoval's a liar.
Sandoval's a fucking slime lord, bro.
That's why I'm not going to put it past him.
But yeah, James and Kristen together were like a used pack of Marlboro stomped out on the ground.
Oh, goddamn.
Absolutely filthy,
I'm just saying,
couple.
if there's a way to get back at DJ James and I'm Tom Sandoval, I'm messing with Raquel on the side and still supporting their relationship so they can go either further. James gets even more invested. He marries her just to find out that Tom was hitting
Wait,
the
so
whole time.
are you saying this might have happened before? Are you saying this affair could have happened even before the proposal?
I'm saying it could have been going on for a long time. Look at the board. With all this messiness, you telling me that there's not some crossover?
Raquel is so stupid. At their engagement, she's speaking on a little platform, like on a building, like a fire escape type thing. And he's feeding her lines from inside, like a whispering, and then she's repeating them.
James is.
Yes.
And what is this for?
Their engagement party. Like she's welcoming everyone in.
Oh.
And he's literally telling her exactly what to say.
God.
Including like, when I met James, blah, blah, blah.
Now, is that because she's dumb or is he mad controlling?
I think a little bit of both, but she is dumb as a rock. Like when the thought of her bachelor party came out with penis straws, he was furious. Said that's so trashy and tacky. And honestly,
really?
That's really why he might be my spirit animal.
Maybe, or maybe he was tight that he was missing out because him and Logan wanted to pull up for the penis straws.
Oh shit, my man Logan is a monster. So in the most recent episode, James Kennedy has a big opportunity. He's opening for Cascade at a pool party at Imagine Fest in Atlanta, and he let us know
Cascade?
And he let us know 100 times.
Oh,
Imagine Fest.
Imagine Fest with Cascade. Cascade got hits.
Name one.
I still hear your voice when you.
Is that him? There's no way. Every time we touch, that's wait. That's Cascada. That's Cascada. Cascade's like super EDM.
Okay. My fault.
So
My fault,
they're at
DJ
the
James.
beach, and James is saying, "Oh, this is a huge deal for me. Like this is one of the biggest shows of my life." And Schwartz goes, "It's even bigger than Rachella, which was the Coachella proposal. Raquel, Coachella, Rachella. Said, "Oh, even bigger than Rachella." And James is so tight, and he throws a drink right in his face, and he deserves it.
Toma. Good.
Why is Schwartz chiming in with such bullshit? Schwartz also hooked up with Raquel at the wedding a few weeks back and is covering for Slimeball Sandoval.
Raquel is juggling all three of these homies?
Not juggling James anymore, but kind of Tom and Tom. She hooked up with Tom Sandoval, and then I think as a diversion, she kissed Schwartz on camera at Sheena's wedding.
Wait, so is Raquel the most prolific hoe on the show?
Besides Jax in seasons 1 and 2, yes. Wow. Right now. Because Raquel also hooked up with a Real Housewife of Beverly Hills' son, Garcelle's son, Oliver, and he was married this season too.
Nobody has respect.
No respect.
The sanctity of marriage, it's all a lie.
So James Kennedy, I believe, he probably had some built-up frustration that Schwartz had hooked up with Raquel, and that was it. He let it fly.
Well, goddamn, James, I feel like has a hand in all of this.
You think he's really the engine that moves the show?
Absolutely. I mean, there's a reason why LVP brought him on.
LVP. I mean, he originally was a Nepo baby for Vanderpump Rules, but he's turned out to be the biggest and brightest star.
Absolutely. I mean, when you look at this, there's so many moving parts and people involved, and he's right at the top of it.
And people tried to drag him down for so many years. He would intentionally get disinvited from events. Like instead of just not getting an invitation, they'll be like, "Yeah, I'm having a party, but you're not invited."
Oh.
And whenever he went to Mexico, Jack's like, "I'm happy to be here. There are some people that shouldn't be here, but it is what it is."
So this is like how on The Challenge, they all like rally together to get Bananas and CT out of there early because they know that the only way that they can shine is if a powerhouse is gone.
I think it's more like them targeting the rookies, more so.
Okay, but I'm just saying that DJ James probably scares them that they're going to be able to take over.
He should. For screen time, he definitely should.
Okay.
In Mexico, James and Kristen are long broken up. She's constantly talking shit about him. In Mexico, he takes over the DJ booth, and she's immediately enamored with him again.
He's got stage presence.
Immediately-
The brother's got it factor.
Immediately enamored with him. Jax wakes up the next morning and he sees one pillow in a jacuzzi. And he deduces that they hooked up because of that. He's like, I've hooked up with girls in a jacuzzi. You know, you got to line it up like this. So he deduces that while he's with Raquel, puts him on blast in front of the whole trip and ruins his trip. Why?
Hating assholes, bro. Strictly hating.
Do you think James Kennedy is the new Jax? Or better, or bigger and better?
I think he's bigger and better. I think out with the old, in with the new.
Wow. I know Jax definitely did the most shit, but James has the most entertainment value by far on the show.
But let me say this. If Jax was truly confident in his abilities to carry the show and be the presence that he needs to be, he wouldn't be threatened by James. He sees James coming for his crown.
So that's why he left.
Seems so.
You know, he's actually been brought back in for reaction videos, though. Ever
Really?
since Scandival, yes. He says, I don't like to get myself involved in all the drama. He literally does every interview, every podcast.
Well, then
and his career's been revitalized because of this.
Well, maybe they need him back.
He's just a dad now, though. I mean, he's really good at talking shit. They should keep him and just let him be in his house.
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't need to get active at all.
Like Kendrick Perkins.
James has a new girlfriend, Allie. Once again, everything comes full circle. It's all destiny. She 100% is with him to get on the show. It was discovered she was on some other little fugazi knockoff reality show when she was younger, and now she's in the mix. Why can't James Kennedy be single? He met Allie and called her the love of her life 6 weeks after the engagement broke off with Raquel.
Oh, yeah, because that's just rebound love. That ain't real.
Let's circle it back to your mommy issues theory. She looks almost exactly like his mother.
Classic. Psychology 101.
What's the psychology?
James has mommy issues, and now he's in love with a girl who looks just like her because he's longing for the affection that he never got from his mother. Come on, son. I do this.
Wow, unbelievable. Well, thank God she's around, because if it wasn't for her, Allie is low-key the one that at first brought suspicion to Raquel and Sandoval dancing at a club together at 1 a.m. with no one else there. And she thought it was kind of weird. And Sandoval was like,
Dude, like we go to the Abbey all the time. Like it's not where I dance with anyone, dude.
so she's an investigator, low-key. We got to give her some props.
Yeah, we got to give her flowers for that.
All right, Deuce, what's your final takeaway on the one, the only, the GOAT, the God, DJ James Kennedy Pumptini?
DJ James, what you bring to the table for this show cannot be overstated. You are truly a box office talent. We salute you. We appreciate you. And George Michael, you should be proud to be related to this brother. Cue the saxophone.